Hi guys, Dr. Berg here. In this video, we're going to talk about the absolute most important vitamin involved in diabetes. That would be vitamin B1. Okay? Vitamin B1 does a lot of things. But related to diabetes, it is involved in keeping the lining of the blood vessels nice and strong. Without B1, you have a problem with the vascular system, the blood vessels. Okay? Now realize that the blood vessels support the nervous system. Your nerves need blood flow. There are tiny nerves in the cornea of your eye. The retinal nerve that goes in the back of the eye that goes to the brain, that's nerve. Both of those nerves are supplied by blood vessels. When you consume a lot of sugar, or you're a diabetic and you have high sugar, you get a severe B1 deficiency. 75% of diabetics type 1 and 2 are deficient in B vitamins. Okay? Primarily the B1, but other B vitamins as well. So when you don't get blood supplied to the nerve, it decreases the oxygen to the nervous system. And then you start getting all sorts of problems with that. So vitamin B1 deficiencies affect the nervous system and the heart first, especially the nerves that connect to the heart. It also affects the mammillary bodies in the brain. There are these little structures in the brain called the mammillary bodies that are like relay switches to your memory system. So that's why when you're vitamin B1 deficient, your memories start going as well. Vitamin B1 is also involved in making myelin, which is the insulation around the nerve. So when you're deficient in B1, you lose the myelin sheath. You can't grow that anymore. And that's where you start getting pain in the feet and the hands first, because those are the distal or the furthest nerves from the heart. Okay? That's where it shows up first, because it's a nutritional deficiency. So vitamin B1 counters damage to the vascular walls that support the nervous system. It also prevents necrosis. That's like dead and dying tissue. So you know, with diabetics, you lose your toes, right? Well, B1 will prevent that. Number 3, B1 improves the neurovascular system. That's the connection between the nerves and the vascular system together. B1 increases the survival of heart cells as well, because it affects the nervous system and the heart. Number 5, B1 prevents cardiac fibrosis. That's like scar tissue filling up the heart. B1 prevents diabetic retinopathy. That's damage to the retina of the eye. It also prevents neuropathy, which is damage to the nervous system. Now you would think this would be on the front of every newspaper in the United States, but it's buried. You have to dig it out. I'm going to put a link down below. You have to read this research study on this vitamin because it's incredible. Every diabetic should be taking this. So just make sure when you get B1, get it in 600 milligrams and make sure it's a fat-soluble form, not the typical thiamine in the water-soluble form. Thanks for watching. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.